The Neutral Buoyancy Laboratory is the NASA facility here in the United States, so we do all the astronaut training for space exploration, building of the space station, repairing the Hubble telescope. We try to simulate a zero gravity effect. And the closest we can do is by putting them underwater in a regular spacesuit. The pool is basically designed for any type of training that we would need for, such as training the astronauts. We can have up to 5 subjects, which is what the astronauts are called, in the water at one time, running 2 separate simulated tests. We could have up to, including guest divers, which are observing the test, up to 30 or 40 divers at one time in the pool. Training involves basically they start out with a physical fitness requirement test. Swim test, a 530-yard swim, 12 minutes to complete that, 4-minute break, 10-minute tread. It's 2 minutes with your shoulders out of the water, 6 minutes regular tread, 2 minutes with your hands out of the water. 4-minute break, 50-foot underwater breath hold swim in 1 attempt. The nitrox class, basic open water, do skills test, 2 laps around the pool in 6.5 minutes underneath the water. The upper part of a spacesuit weighs about 30 pounds. Tread with it off the bottom of the pool for a minute. Mannequin, full-size water mannequin inside of it. Transport that from the bottom of the pool to the surface in 1 attempt. Doff all their gear, go down and rescue the dummy from the bottom of the pool, bring it back to the surface. They'll put their equipment back on and do a 10-minute tread without the VC inflated. Once they complete all those requirements, we feel that confident enough that they could handle any situation that might arise if the spacesuit had a malfunction and needed to be brought to the surface. The primary goal of our divers at our facility is the safety of the astronauts. So they go through an immense amount of medical training, emergency training. All our divers go through basic lifeguard certification levels, where they get the DAN O2 Aquatics Emergency Certification. They go through the DAN Scuba Diver O2 First Aid Program. So we'll have DAN O2 kits, first aid kits, backboards available. Myself and one other diver are actually instructor trainers for DAN. And then I also have 4 instructors as well. And then every single diver at our facility gets 2 DAN courses, at least. As an organization, I think DAN is extremely important, not just for the training aspect of it, but also for their response. They've done so much for us, for my facility. They've come out to our facility, done their training for us. At a moment's notice, we can call up and say, you know, we're looking for this, we're looking for that. They've always been there for us. My position at the NBL, at the Neutral Buoyancy Laboratory, keeps me from actually teaching too much outside the NBL for new students, which is kind of my bad. We're trying to, this summer, try to get a bunch of new student programs. It was really nice to know that these new divers that are coming into this with their wide eyes and ideals of what scuba diving is all about, to be able to let them know that, you know what, you're covered. And it's nice for them to be able to say, you know, there's peace of mind in that aspect of it. We're here to train you. We're here to certify you. And if anything happens to you along the way, at no extra cost to you, DAN's there to make sure that you get treated properly, you get taken care of so that you can continue to dive and enjoy diving. At the end of the course, to be able to tell them, look, this can continue for such a small fee. And it's just unbelievable that, anybody would pass it up. It doesn't make any sense why. You can't make somebody do it, but I would definitely try to get them to sign up. You're supposed to be a good buddy. And with having DAN on your side, it's like having a third buddy with you at all times. It really does help. My name is Gavin Geary. I'm the training officer at the NASA Neutral Buoyancy Laboratory in Houston, Texas, and DAN is my buddy.